Today on Moviewallas, we talk about The Bride and Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair. It's time for Moviewallas. Hi, this is Joe.
Hi, it's Rashmi.
And Yazdi as well.
Moviewallas is your weekly dose of film reviews, movie news, and general banter in theatres, on DVD, online streaming, or in the back of an airplane. If you love the movies, this show is for you. Here we are again,
Yes.
back together.
Yeah,
recording.
and Yazdi's bought more evil.
Oh, I haven't opened that one.
Yazdi's
You
bought
should
more
open it.
delicious
It will
evilness.
change your life.
It's like cake. It's delicious. Yazdi, what is this called?
Whoa. I don't love cake.
No, this
Shall
is
I-
very
No,
good.
just
Yazdi, what
taste-
is
taste
So
this?
try that one then.
It's some rice snack which came. It came with a big box which had all kinds of goodies for
Can you hold it up to...
the Lunar New Year.
Ah, okay.
So it's really nice.
There is literally no English.
There's no English in it.
Maybe we
translation
should
on
use
there.
Google Translate for the label.
Correct.
Ask ChatGPT.
It's delicious. We have a nice array of like Asian snacks.
Yes.
Interesting snacks. It's really good, right?
It's kind of like a Rice Krispies treat.
Yeah, it looks like that, but
But
it's more
more
like
melty.
cake.
More cakey though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good.
It's a Rice Krispies treat mixed like a vanilla cake.
Yes,
It's like if you took a Rice Krispie treat and dunked it in a lot of milk and it
yes,
softened
with some vanilla.
with some vanilla. Yeah.
Very good.
That makes it sound terrible. It's better than that.
Okay.
Yes. And then, Yazdi, you have to try
I have to
these
try
delicious
these ginger things.
I don't like ginger, but there are these ginger.
I love everything.
This has
ginger.
got, look, if you can even see the strands of ginger, which our dear friend Helen gave us.
Oh.
Because Joe said, oh, I love these. So she handed us all these like jelly sweets.
Ooh,
It's
I love-
very good. It will take your head off.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, I
But
want
it's
to
very,
see your
very,
face. I
very
think we should
gingery.
do it on
I
camera.
love ginger.
See, I don't.
And then I'm going to hold up Katie's Wonderland, which Yazdi very kindly shared.
Yes, it's from Germany.
These are some German vegan jelly, they're like
Haribo-like,
yeah,
yeah.
Haribo things, but
Yeah.
they're super good. So
And thank you to
thank you
Yazdi's
for
neighbour.
Yazdi's
Yes,
neighbour
and
for
Yazdi's
sharing
Yes,
this
generosity.
with us.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
and then we
Thank
have
you
these,
too.
which I love. They're called choco rolls.
Oh, you're going all the way.
I'm going all the way.
You're not
These are called
saving
choco
anything for
rolls.
the next podcast.
Oh, okay.
there
They're
is
called
another
mixed
part.
berry. They're very good.
Oh,
choco
I
rolls.
will try
These
that
are really
the
good.
next
I
podcast.
think this is good.
Okay.
And Joe, you made us a delicious cup of tea.
He did. It was so
I
good. I'm
don't want it
already
to
missing
end.
it.
Yeah, I feel like we might gonna have to have another one.
There's so little. I'm already missing it.
Let's record the show, and maybe
Okay,
if
maybe
you're
we get-
good, if you do a good job, I'll make you more tea.
Yes.
This is good.
Really?
It's majorly ginger though. It's like
It's great. If you're ever nauseous, you should have this.
If you fart, it will smell like ginger. That's how strong it seems.
How much better can your fart get if it tasted like ginger?
Okay,
I love
Moviewallas is
ginger.
brought
Okay.
to you by sugar and gingery farts.
Yes.
Oh, it's very good. I like it.
Oh dear.
No, they're good, aren't they? Yeah, we have to ask her where she gets them
Yeah.
from. I think she gets them from like a Vietnamese.
Yeah, I think so.
Supermarket.
Vietnamese supermarket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super.
It was very kind of her to give us a whole bunch of
Yeah.
interesting fruits. Oh, this is. Oh, sorry. Just before we go, what is this one called?
I don't think
It's
I've
called
tried that one yet.
Dak Biet, which is custard apple, which she also gave us. Which I can't remember having a custard apple. It was delicious.
I've never had a custard apple.
No, it was delicious.
It was really good,
Now this
yeah.
is a custard apple jelly sweet candy.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
try that one later.
You
yeah.
can try that one later. Okay,
Okay,
enough.
let's get to
enough
business.
sugar.
Okay, yes,
Yes.
indeed. We'll be bouncing off the walls
Yes.
for the rest of this podcast. Thank you
Yes.
to all of those who contributed snacks.
Yes.
We've got such nice friends that contribute
Yeah.
snacks.
And Yazdi.
And
And
Yazdi.
Yazdi.
And yes, yes.
he doesn't count.
Yeah.
He's a
He's a
podcaster.
moviewalla.
Yeah, he's a movie
This is true.
Get no credit for your snack deliverance, like I do for my tea. Okay. Two movies to talk about this week: The Bride and Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair. Let's
Yeah,
No, we
but-
didn't
But
pick
before we
Netflix
do
picks.
that, we do our recommendations.
hold your horses.
Sorry.
Okay.
I was going to get there.
Okay.
We're like, what?
Just in case you forgot.
But
Yeah.
yes, I was just going to sew the two together with
A segue.
the character in Kill Bill is known for much of the movie as the bride,
Yes.
and the bride is also our other movie.
Yes.
So
Yes.
all right, but yes, before we go though, we do have time to do our segment of I can't find anything to watch on video on demand. This is our service to you, the listeners. This is how we pay you back for listening. We will pick a movie that hopefully you haven't seen, or if you have seen, well, just letting you know that it's available on one of the streaming services. So, what have both of you got in your respective queues?
Okay, I'm going to do a cheat this time, like you normally do. So I was going to recommend Bridgerton season 4 part 2, because I recommended season 4 part 1 last time, and part 2 came along and it was very, very good. But I figured you'll find that yourself if you're a Bridgerton fan. So instead, I'm going to recommend this lovely little movie that came at the end of end of 2025.
Towards the end of,
yeah, very towards the end, called Eleanor the Great. I think we reviewed it during our kind of end of year 25. It stars June Squibb, the amazing June Squibb, Erin Kellyman, and Chiwetel Ejiofor, amongst some others. And it's a really cute movie about an old lady that ends up having to move to New York to live with her daughter, and just how she ends up saying something that ends up in the end getting her into trouble. But it's more about an unlikely friendship between an old, really much older lady, like someone's grandmother, and a young girl.
Yeah. And I think I love the movie. I think we both saw it in the theater.
We did, yeah. I think it was during like last year's Oscar
Awards
fodder.
season,
Yeah.
But I think this movie is also notable because it is the directorial debut of Scarlett Johansson.
Yes, correct. Thank you,
Scarlett
Yazdi.
Johansson directed this movie.
Yes.
And it's very auspicious because the movie is about what it is, which it is about a lot of things.
Yeah.
But there's a very workman-like quality to it.
Yeah.
It just gets the job done.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's got great characters. It's quite, and it's funny. It's funny. It gets heavy, but it's funny.
Yeah, and it's about, the burdens of the past.
Yeah.
And sometimes you say a lie and in the moment, and then you have to kind of keep carrying that lie forward.
Yeah,
and it kind
and
of
the
weighs, and the
consequence.
consequences
Yeah.
weighs you down.
remember that both of you enjoyed that.
Yeah,
I didn't
it's
get
very
to see that
good.
in the
So
review,
it's on
that-
Netflix.
Now's my chance.
Yep,
Yes.
Netflix.
Yes.
Good choice. Eleanor the Great.
Eleanor the Great.
Yes.
Yazdi.
For my recommendation, I'm going to ramble for a minute, but I'm going to come to the
Uh-oh.
movie I get to. And I stumbled upon something. I knew about this, but I had never really ventured into it. As you guys know for sure, and as many of our listeners might know, once a month we do a segment on KPBS
Midday edition.
Midday Edition.
Yes.
It's called Midday Movies. And Beth Accomando, who runs it, chose the films of John Woo to celebrate
Yeah.
this last week. And I had seen only so many John Woo movies, and she said, watch one which was in Hong Kong and one which was Hollywood. The Hollywood one, I had it covered. We had Face Off, and we had, we had all kinds of movies, but I hadn't seen too many of his Hong Kong movies. And the one that I kept seeing was a really good one, was called The Killer. Now, we talked about that on our Midday Edition segment, but I couldn't find The Killer anywhere to watch. It wasn't on Netflix, it wasn't on Prime, it wasn't on Paramount, it wasn't on Peacock,
Could
it
you
wasn't
buy
on
it or rent
HBO.
it?
And it turned out it's available for free on Tubi.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
So, I'm here to sing the praises of Tubi. Tubi is, I think, owned by Fox, but whatever it is, whatever the business model is, it's 100% free. And if you don't mind listening to 3 ads of about a minute and a half each in the middle of the movie,
Which is happening on a lot of the platforms anyway.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Tubi is amazing. They have, by the way, the Happy Hour podcast, Pop Culture Happy Hour Pop Culture Happy Hour podcast from NPR also did a whole thing about Tubi. It's like almost going to a 80s blockbuster in many ways because it has a big trove of 80s and 90s movies, but it also has Ad Astra. It has A Knight's Tale. It has Bewitched. It has Bedazzled.
Oh, wow.
It has, Skyscraper. It has
So old stuff.
even newer stuff,
Okay.
right? Some of the newer stuff. It has Armageddon. Yeah, I guess it has
Yeah.
Night Chicks. It has all kinds of stuff. But I love the fact that if many people are like me and they're looking to pare down their subscription services, I think give Tubi a try. It's completely free. And the movie I'm going to recommend from Tubi is the movie In Time, which is a movie
I love that movie.
with Justin Timberlake and Amanda Seyfried,
Yes.
which came out, oh gosh, I don't know, in the
7 years ago.
7 or so years ago.
I love that movie.
It's a terrific science fiction movie. It's
Yeah.
about a time in the future where
you
how
have
rich you are determines how long you have to live.
Well, it's a bit more than that. Like your life is kind of in units on your arm,
Correct.
and
It's very
that's how
video
you
game.
earn. Yeah,
Correct.
I really liked
in
it.
terms of its structure. Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
fun movie.
It didn't do that well, I think.
It did not do well.
And you
but
get frozen in time.
yes,
Well,
yes.
the idea is that you have a certain meter that when it runs down,
You die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you can
Yeah.
do things to.
And it's got Cillian
more time.
Murphy in it.
Yeah,
it's got
it's
Olivia
great.
Wilde. It's got Matt Bomer.
Yeah.
But Justin Timberlake and Amanda Seyfried are both terrific. So that's the movie I recommend. Go to Tubi. You don't even need to set up an account. You can if you want, and then it has a really good algorithm. It remembers what you watched and recommends
Ooh.
other stuff. But if you don't want to even create it, just go to Tubi, and you can watch a movie for free, which I think is a wonderful thing in these days. Okay.
Wow, I'm on there now. I
Yes.
have not browsed Tubi for a while. Some great stuff.
They have great stuff. They have
Some really good stuff.
what
Crikey.
is yeah.
Even some recent stuff, like we have Bones and All from a year or two ago.
Oh, that was
This
a good
is
movie.
Yes.
Wonderful movie by
Ad Astra, which I love. I know you guys don't.
Luca
Yeah, I
Guadagnino. Yeah, I,
That's very
Tanya.
good. I, Tanya, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
And
fantastic.
then Midsummer is on, which came
Yeah.
out just a few
Yeah.
years ago. I love that one.
How did you find? Oh, so you were just
Well, I was looking
Googly.
to watch that movie
Yeah.
and I was ready to pay money to watch it, and then it turned out it's free on Tubi. Tubi, not to be confused with Mubi, which is Mubi.
Yeah.
And Mubi is a paid service, but it's like $5 a month. Anyway,
Very good.
yes.
All right, I'm going to stick with Netflix as our streaming service recommendation for this week, which my pick is going to be the movie Nuremberg. So this was another Q4 2025
Yeah.
award season build-up movie that came and went. It didn't get any real love in the award season, and I think one of the potential Oscar snubs in my mind was Russell Crowe's
Yeah.
amazing portrayal of what was his name?
Nazi commandant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forget which one.
He
it
was
Goring, Hermann Goring.
Yeah, the first in line after Hitler.
Herman,
Yeah.
yes, that's right. So, look, I remember we reviewed this a few months ago.
Yeah.
It was not a perfect movie by any measure, but it was a very effective acting vehicle for both Rami Malek and Russell Crowe, who I thought both did really stellar work in the movie.
Yes.
And it opened my eyes to some historical facts around the Nuremberg trials that I didn't really
Yeah.
know. You know, I'm not a particular history buff, right? So I don't know. You know, I know my key facts, but I haven't studied World War II and all of those things. So to me, some of this information as it was coming through in its faction kind of stylized version of history way was eye opening. So I think it's well worth your time. It's a long movie. It's 2.5 hours. So the beauty of watching it at home is you can spread it over an evening or two. But overall, it's a worthwhile watch. So my pick is Nuremberg on Netflix.
Yeah, I was just
Rashmi, you have Eleanor the Great
Eleanor the Great. Thank you.
on which service?
God. Netflix.
Okay, Netflix. And Yazdi, you picked.
I picked In Time on Tubi and other films to watch on Tubi as well.
Sounds good. All right, let's begin the reason that we're here, which is to talk about two new films, The Bride and Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair. I assume, Rashmi, you set these up in that order.
I did.
So let's push the domino down and get going with The Bride.
Oh, and I'm introing that one, yes. Okay, so this is written and directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal and starring the great Jessie Buckley, who is coming off of all of the Oscar...
It's her
not coming
moment.
off even, it's her moment for Hamnet, hasn't even finished that. Christian Bale, Annette Bening is in this as a stellar cast. Peter Sarsgaard, Jake Gyllenhaal. And this is based in 1930s Chicago, where Frankenstein asks Dr. Euphronius to help create a companion. They give life to a murdered woman as the bride, sparking romance, police interest, and radical social change. So Maggie Gyllenhaal gave us The Lost Daughter.
Lost Daughter.
And I believe this is her second movie that she's directed and
Directed.
written. So
Yes.
what did you guys think of this? Who would like to start off? Yazdi, why don't you?
Yeah. I really like this movie. I think it's reimagining of the whole Frankenstein universe. We just saw, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, and
Yeah.
most Frankenstein movies tend to be kind of creature features, set in this fantastical time and place. This movie is set in the 1930s, and the premise of the movie is that by the time The Bride of Frankenstein got written, Mary Shelley had already died. And the gist of the movie is, had Mary Shelley been alive,
Yeah.
she would have written a very different bride, a bride with a lot more spunk, a lot more agency, a lot more anger, and so forth. And it's kind of set into the steampunk 1930s gangster America. It has a very different vibe. Is it a perfect film? No. There were parts of it which annoyed me. But overall, it's so unique in its vision. It's so unique in how it handles the Jessie Buckley, the bride character. I love its take on Frankenstein itself. And I love the fact that this movie gives an opportunity to many great female actors, we'll talk about them, to be on the screen. So in spite of its shortcomings, it's a giant plus for me. I love this film.
Joe.
Goodness, this is a messy, shouty thing. Look, I actually found it somewhat tedious because this movie to me has been like overly directed. There's so much direction in this movie, and it's obviously done with a particular voice. Maggie Gyllenhaal is trying to clearly burst onto the movie scene as a director. She's a very credible director because there is nothing but competence everywhere I look. The way it's shot, the way it's written, it feels original, but it's also very messy and chaotic. So I struggled with this one. I struggled to like this movie. In fact, I found it a little dull because of its excesses. I kind of stepped back from the characters. But I mean, if there's one reason to watch this at all, it has to be Buckley's performance. And we're saying at the before in the preamble, we said she's having a moment here.
Yeah.
But she's really at the top of her game right now. This is not a difficult thing to do. She's playing multiple.
Easy thing. It's not an easy. He said it's not a difficult thing.
I'm sorry, this is not an easy thing to do. Yeah, she's playing multiple versions of a character. She's got the narrator's job. She's doing a lot of work in this movie, and it's great to see. Again, another one of those movies that I feel glad to have watched, but hard to recommend.
Same as what Joe said for me. I found this really difficult to understand as a beginning to end narrative, and I didn't understand actually what we're even watching. Each individual scene, though, is remarkable. Like there is this amazing scene where they do this dance, almost like a thriller dance, right?
I love the dance.
And it's a lot of chaos and commotion, and it's kind of a running movie. The whole movie is running. We're just running in the dark. It felt like very noirish. Steampunk is a great description, Yazdi. I know what Maggie Gyllenhaal is trying to do, but it just didn't work for me. But again, I think, Joe, like you said, it's something to admire. I think that Christian Bale is amazing. I love the Annette Bening character. Jessie Buckley is doing 3 characters in one. She's often changing her accent 3 times in one scene, right? It's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah.
She's kind of playing one character, another character, and then a combined character. So I admire it, but I just didn't. There was so much potential. Like I saw elements of gender, of power, of the time, poor versus rich versus poor.
There's some political female
there's
empowerment
exactly
stuff, woven
trying to
really
show
well into the narrative.
Trying to kind of show itself, but it's so ambitious. And then there's a whole black and white scene where Jake Gyllenhaal is this kind of old Hollywood
Fred Astaire.
I didn't understand any of the symbolism. I didn't get it. I there's so much in here, but at one point I even fell asleep. I think for about 15 minutes. It did not keep my attention. So
Let's unpack Yazdi's
reaction.
reaction.
Because it obviously worked for you. Yeah.
So for me, it's like a very feminist take on the Bride of Frankenstein. I mean, if you watch the original Bride of Frankenstein movie, the bride is there in the movie for only 10 minutes, and the bride barely says anything. Frankenstein creates the bride, and then the bride is there. She doesn't even, so she's a,
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
Is
so
this
just-
an oldie, like a 1940s?
yeah, 1930s.
Karloff era
Yeah,
Frankenstein.
Boris Karloff, 1939,
Okay.
1940.
No, I definitely haven't seen it.
So I think they're correcting that wrong, and they're saying that if Shelley had written this, Shelley would have written this very differently.
Right.
So I think it's a very feminist take on it, and I think what I really liked about this movie, and I realize I'm in the minority here, is that it is a movie about movies, and I always like movies about movies.
Yeah,
where
that's fair.
in this version, Frankenstein is besotted with cinema, and his favorite thing to do is to go to a movie theater and watch other movies, and that's where the black and white piece comes in. And you're right, the entire movie is a giant chase scene where Frankenstein and the bride are running away, and various people are after them, trying to catch them. And so by the way, I love the characterization of Frankenstein, because Frankenstein is always seen as this horrible beast, or he's seen as this
monster,
misunderstood, like the way Jacob Elordi played him. But in this version, Frankenstein is almost sweet, and he's kind of lonely, and he's looking for company, and he's not seeking violence. So again, I haven't seen Christian Bale in about 4 years. So anytime I see Christian Bale on the screen, it's welcomed. And every time while he's being pursued, his kind of happy place is in a movie theater. So and my happy place is in a movie theater. So there's a lot of things I like.
Yeah.
And I really like that this movie, the whole, like you said, the whole Annette Bening character is great.
Yeah.
She's there in the beginning. She's there at the end. I like Penelope Cruz. There is that whole feminist thing there too, because she's a secretary who her detective boss won't give her any credit or any opportunity until she kind of outwits him. So I agree, it's a lot.
Yeah.
The movie is a lot, and I got annoyed because in some scenes, particularly early on, Jessie Buckley was mumbling 3 different things for 3 different characters.
Yeah.
Some of it was in a weird Irish accent. I don't know what accent it was. I was really straining to even which she's possessed by what character at this point, and what is she saying? What is she saying? She was kudos to her for doing the split personality, 3 characters in the same scene. But that got to be too much, right? That's what you said. It's overly ambitious. It's it's like, look, ma, no hands, but at what cost, right? It should also be a little bit entertaining. But I love that whole, it's almost like Frankenstein in a gangster movie, in a film noir movie.
Yeah.
The other movie it reminded me of was Bonnie and Clyde.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Right? But that's what they are. They are 2 kind of, 2 outcasts from the world, and they have committed violence, and the whole world is after them. So I kind of appreciated that.
Here's my advice, if Maggie Gyllenhaal wishes to take it, because I'm the expert on this. I wish that it had played up either the love story or the revenge story. But we've got a revenge story, a love story, a crime, a gender politics, there's so much going on. I couldn't keep up with it.
Yeah. No,
And none of them were enthralling enough to make me want to hang on to it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I made a couple of notes. I was trying to gather my thoughts on this, because I was like, did I like that or not? It kind of puzzled me. And I think one of the things I wrote here was every scene seems determined to announce its own style, attitude, and cleverness, right?
Yeah.
She's constantly trying to one up the thing that's come before.
Yeah.
And I think, that's what I mean by over directed. There's 2, and maybe, again, first time filmmaker. We saw it with Dev Patel last year with Monkey Man.
Yes, good reference. Yeah.
Where this is somebody who works in film. They know what great film is.
Yeah.
We don't doubt that they understand this universe, this environment, this process better than any of us. But I always wonder if, when somebody finally says, okay, you're in charge, you get to direct, right? Is there this sense that you've got to show your entire resume in one movie
Yeah.
for fear of never getting the opportunity again, right?
Sure.
'Cause I've always wanted to do this in a movie. So, you cram it full of all this stuff, and this one just feels overdone.
Yeah. That sounded like a summing up. Unless you have anything more to say, Yazdi.
I mean,
No, go ahead.
so yeah, I mean, look, Maggie Gyllenhaal, you are incredibly talented. You are a director with such a strong visual sense that I'm really excited to see what else you're going to do. But I think this one was kind of a more style over storytelling.
Yeah.
And ultimately that made it kind of disappointing for me because as a movie watching experience, again, like I said in the last podcast, there are movies that I'm really glad I got to see. And I'm really glad I got to see in IMAX and loud in the theatre with an audience. But it's really hard for me to tell somebody to go buy a ticket.
At an IMAX.
At an IMAX
Yeah,
for
agree.
$20 and go out, that's a tall ask for me. So this is a 6 out of 10.
Yazdi.
Yeah, I recognize the movie's shortcomings, and I do recognize that it's maybe a tad overcooked. But for me, I would rather see something overly ambitious, overcooked, than something which is slapshot or which is like every other movie playing. I mean, just visually, the movie is so amazing. The production design we haven't talked about is
Yeah.
just exquisite.
It
It's
is.
just, I want to live in
Yeah.
that 1930s that you see. It almost looks comic book like
Yes.
through most of it. I also like that, and you see this in the posters, that when the bride is reanimated, there is this
Black
mercu-
tattoo kind of thing. Yeah.
There's a mercurochrome that she puts in the mouth, and that spills on the side of her
Yeah.
cheek.
Brilliant.
And it stains her cheek through the rest of the movie.
Brilliant
I
visual
love
signature.
that. So I
Yeah.
loved.
And
all
then
those
other people start copying it. Like there was a really
Correct.
good narration about is that
revolt and
yeah, and is that kind of like influencing?
Yeah, it is,
right? It's
yeah.
kind of a
Yeah.
throw to today's yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I think I would rather a movie do too much than do nothing or do a bad job. So I mean, I think the Lost Daughter worked because it was a far simpler movie. She always was in command of it, and that movie's tone is very difficult. But I enjoyed this as much. I just came out very giddy, it's something I'd never seen before. So it's an 8 out of 10 for me.
Wow.
I really loved this
Wow.
movie. Yeah, I
Good for
really
you,
loved it.
Yazdi.
Yeah.
I think for me it's somewhere between a 5 and a 6. I'll give it a 6 because I think it's a hard-working movie, but this cake didn't bake for me.
Yeah.
That monster dance was so fun.
It was fun. It
There's
was
like
great.
a thriller monster
It
dance.
was. It
There
was
are so many
great.
memorable moments.
It was
that
great.
This movie won't leave me for a
Like
while.
just the scene of her falling down the stairs.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a challenging piece of
Yeah.
work, and I think again, as long as you know that, I
Yeah.
think go see it. And again, Yazdi, your response is well taken here. I think it's going to have its proponents, this movie, because it's beautiful. It's really good work.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's move to a bride of a different kind, which would be Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair. Does this even need an introduction?
Well, I think it does in that people may think it's just a rehash.
So, is that for me to talk about?
No, Yazdi was
Okay,
going to
Yazdi.
do the
Yes,
intro.
so I
Yep.
can do the intro. So, obviously, Tarantino has made many movies, but he's made 9 main kind of feature movies. Amongst lovers of cinema, there's always this game you play about what is your favorite Tarantino. For me, Kill Bill is at the top. Kill Bill was originally made in the 1990s, I believe, and when Tarantino presented the entirety of the work to Harvey Weinstein, who was the head of Miramax at the time, Weinstein said, I'm not releasing like a 3.5-hour, 4-hour version of this movie. And between Weinstein and Tarantino, they decided to break up the movie that had been made already into Kill Bill Part 1 and Kill Bill Part 2. And that's how the movie was released into 2 separate parts. Well, now Weinstein is down the drain, as he should be. And Miramax and the people... by the way, I've been looking for a box set of Kill Bill 1 and 2 for the longest time, and it wasn't available in the US intentionally.
Oh.
Because they didn't want people, they wanted them to buy 2 separate ones. So when I went to India, there is a version, Miramax sold it, a version of the 2 combined
wow.
together. And I have that at home, so I got that from India. But anyway, finally, Tarantino has put both of the movies together, And he's removed a few things. He's added a few. I believe, Rashmi, you're going to talk about it.
I am, yes.
And it is released as a 4-hour movie. It was in theaters for a while, and I really wanted to see it, but I missed the opportunity to see it. But it is now available on, or it will soon be available on streaming. It's called Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair. So it's putting both the movies Kill Bill 1 and Kill Bill 2 together.
Yep.
The cast of the movie is legendary. Uma Thurman's here, Lucy Liu, Vivica A. Fox, Michael Madsen, Daryl Hannah, David Carradine, and many, many others. So I haven't seen this. You guys did.
Yep.
Tell us about The Whole Bloody Affair.
Yeah, and just before we start, so you
Yes.
can purchase it. It's on what they call premium video on demand. So you can buy it on Apple TV, Amazon Prime, YouTube Movies and TV, or Fandango at home. That's where it's currently available. But you have to buy. It's about $19.99.
It's not bad.
It's not bad
For a 4-hour movie. It's
Before we
five-
jump into, I'll tell you kind of what a quick summary of what's happened. So in terms of structure, it's edited obviously into one continuous movie. The Crazy 88 fight is now in full color instead of black and white. The Oren Ishii anime is extended. There are some slightly longer edits on some of the scenes. The music and transitions have been adjusted. And there is an intermission if you choose to have it. So I am a absolute Tarantino fan. And I would put Kill Bill after Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
So it's one of my top 2, 3 movies. I love this. I loved watching this as one whole movie. You know, Joe and I always say, if we had time, we would watch them all together. And I think once we had done a 2-parter, we watched Kill Bill 1, and then the next day we watched Kill Bill 2.
A few years
And
ago,
it was fun. Yeah, that was fun to do. This is a really great experience to see the whole film. And I love that he's made some subtle changes. I think the issue I have with it is if you are a super fan, like I am, then you're constantly watching it for the changes. Yeah. So I would say if you can get yourself to the place, don't mentally be looking for the changes. Try and observe it like you are watching it for the first time. I think you'll have a better experience. I think now that I know what all the changes are, which is why I wanted to kind of read them out, now that you know what the changes are, don't look for them. Just try and enjoy the movie for the whole as you can. But I loved it.
Yeah.
Joe.
I have a question, but I'll wait for your comments.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, look, yes, it's kind of your fault that I admire this movie as much as I do.
I love the movie.
We spoke early on in Moviewallas about, top movies, and I remember you bringing up Kill Bill, and I loved Kill Bill when it came out, but I didn't quite hold it in as high esteem as, like, my favorite Tarantino, such as Reservoir Dogs was really up there for me.
Yeah, that's your favorite.
Followed very closely by Pulp Fiction, which I didn't respond to as much as everyone else. But, I went back to Kill Bill because of that conversation. And over the years, it's one of those movies that is syndicated all the time. So you switch on the TV, you can just dip into it. It's highly censored, which is kind of frustrating. Look, I mean, so seeing them as one movie was disappointing in the sense of I don't think it improved the overall experience for me because the bar is so high. This is close to perfection as it is, and in fact, I think that the changes that were made were a little distracting. I mean, I enjoyed the extended anime Orenishi scene. I think that added a little bit more context to the character that I think we didn't get to appreciate before. I was disappointed with the Crazy 88 in color. I think that scene is so perfect in black and white.
Yeah.
Because our mind fills in the color.
Yeah.
Right? But here it felt so much more synthetic than it did.
And they added a bit more of those effects.
In black and white. So I don't know that the changes improve the movie. It's hard to say that they detract from it because it's still such a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
But I have to say I don't know that it's better than the sum of its parts.
Sure.
For me, I kind of in my mind have always justified them as being two separate movies.
Yeah.
Because they have two very separate tones.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first movie is more joyful. It's more
Funny.
inventive.
funny.
There's the animation. There's the black and white. It's
Yeah.
funny.
Action.
Whereas the second part gets very dark, and in her pursuit of revenge, it becomes like an obsession. So I'm wondering when you do watch them back to back, does it jar or it kind of it's an easy transition?
It feels like a sequel. I mean, part one is the original movie, which is, the setup that we all love, and part two is a full-on resolution sequel, to me at least. For that reason, I think it did feel like separate movies.
Yeah. I would love, if we have a listener out there who hasn't seen Kill Bill, if you are one of those people, I would love if someone not, new to the movie watched the whole thing, and then if you had time, watched them separately. Because obviously, it's hard for us because we've watched Kill Bill 1 and 2 as separate movies a number of times.
So many times.
So many times, yeah, because we love the movie. So it's hard, like I said, when you're watching it, you're hyper alert about what's changed, what's happening, how am I gonna, what's the difference? But I do feel like some bits are cut out, some bits are longer, some bits are shorter. It does flow well. It does flow well. I don't know if I would have the same love of it, that I have.
It's a perfectly paced movie.
It's very
I mean,
good.
it always has
very
been.
good.
It always
yeah.
will be.
Yeah. And what a delight that we get to review it again.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that
that's-
actually upsets me about this whole conversation is that I didn't get to see it in the theatre again. The
Yeah.
theatre run of this was ridiculously short. It
Yeah.
came and it went.
Yeah.
I think
2
you had
weeks.
like a 1 or 2 week window
If
to do
that,
that.
at select cinemas.
Unfortunately, I think we were even out of
think
town.
we were out of town, yeah.
When that opportunity came. So
Yeah.
the heartbreak for me is like I don't get to see this as it was originally intended to be seen
Yeah.
in the theatre.
I mean, I'm speaking from both sides of my mouth, but I also see from the perspective of AMC or Edwards or whatever, asking people to come and spend half of their waking hour during a day
Yeah,
in a movie
4
theater.
hours.
It's a big ask.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right? So, I mean, you have to set aside 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. or if you go at 6 p.m., it's 6 to 10.
That's
so
a good point.
it's a big
Good
ask.
point.
It's a big ask. So I think commercially...
Totally worth it.
It's totally worth it, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's a great
it's tough. Yeah.
Is it worth scoring this one, Joe? I don't know. We can give it a score, right? I think it's just a case of is this worth watching? Is it worth spending $20?
For me, it's a 9.99 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like with the original 2 movie set being both 10 out of 10.
Yeah, agree.
It's not greater than the sum of its parts.
Yeah.
That's a little disappointing to me, but go see it anyway. Like this movie's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much lore about it because, I think you alluded to this earlier. I think the bulk of what Tarantino made was what is in the first part. And once they decided to split it up,
Yeah.
he had to kind of stretch out the second part to make it its own independent
Yeah.
second movie. And so it became a little bit more darker and somber and more
lot
kind
more
of
talky.
aching, very talky. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
And like you said, if you're so blessed as to have never seen Kill Bill, I envy you. You should watch it.
Yeah.
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 Right.
Okay, so that's going to wrap up today's podcast. We will be back very soon with another podcast on how to make a killing and the very anticipated Project Hail Mary. So thank you once again for listening. We appreciate you. We'll probably go and make some more tea and then have a second podcast coming up. So until next time, too many movies, too little time. A goodbye from me.
And me.
And me as well.